Warning, you got to wash your hands. Enough of this. Just wash your damn hands. All right, figured it out. It's not working. Hang on. Sorry, everybody. Warning. Once again, wash your hands. Sorry. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to show this up right now. But if everybody can bear with me for 1 second here. Is it working? Well, I'm sorry, everybody. That's not right. Ugh, hang on. Let's try it again. Share audio. That's why. All right. Your entire screen. Application window? Yeah. Share. Oh, we got Knights. Hang on. Knights is here. Hey, sorry, we're just a little disheveled right now. We'll get there eventually. I'm trying to figure out application window. Okay, I'm going to share a window. And let's see if it works. And it should go. No, I don't want to share it. Forget it. Stop sharing. Hang on. How is this not an application? All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to Golden, guys. We're here to celebrate Alan Bellum. I tried to get this, we'll do this thing just for the sake of doing it at this point. That's not working either. So, hey, how's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Nice. I'm going to try to get this thing going a little bit. So I do have a lot of shit to show, a lot of books. And I want you guys to tell me a little bit about them if you can. But for those of you that don't know, Alan Bellum passed away yesterday at the ripe old age of 96. He's not the last of the Golden Age artists, technically, because you got Joe Sinnott around and a few other people still around that were Golden Age artists. So, what's his name from Joe Staton and a few others. But our last, probably, of our true timely artists, I would say. That's pretty much it, right? I think Joe Sinnott, did he join with them? Was he a timely or might have been an Atlas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was probably at that switch, but I think he was Atlas when he came on.
Yeah, they had a bunch of the Atlas artists doing stuff for like the timely when they became Atlas, but they're still doing the Cap stuff and Submariner and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sid Shores, Carl Burgos.
Yep, they're all gone.
I think he's probably the last of the ones whose primary time was during the Golden Age.
Right. I would agree with you on that it's he was all the logos of him, everything you see him do, he's very much a punching. He's always got the fist up, and he almost every drawing that people ask him to do is the Hitler punching. Captain America punching Hitler, and I've heard stories that might have been like his claim was the punch or something. But I think it's great that he did it. I got a chance to see him. I do have something signed by him. I didn't want to dig it out because there's a lot of other names on it, and it was at Denver Comic-Con about. The only one I think he ever did was Denver anyway. So,
I read up a bunch on him. If you want me to talk about that a little.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to put you on the screen while I figure out how to get his memoriam up here.
Okay.
At least we'll get there one time. So we're going to take it away. Welcome, Knights, and everybody say hello to yourself. Say hello first, everybody. Paul, go first.
Hey everybody, I'm the one of the few that's not quarantined yet, but that's coming. So
yeah, who else is quarantined? Knights, you and I.
Yeah, Seattle, we're all in the lockdown.
Yep, lockdown.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, and I don't think there's any nothing going on here with it.
Or no one really cared. So my parents are there. I make.
You guys think it's fake?
Well, on the East Coast, we're pessimistic
yeah.
here. We're very skeptical of everything on the West Coast. We're not as open and accepting of things as the West Coast is. We're very pessimistic and skeptical about stuff over here on the East Coast. So
we're like, go ahead, come on into our nursing home.
Yeah.
And thank you. Yeah, we're going to try to show that.
But hey,
the
traffic is amazing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Google, Amazon, like everyone, they're all working from home. It is amazing to drive around and like go shopping or whatever. It's amazing.
So, all right, so we're gonna start the album. We're gonna play that video we did earlier, probably a little later on here. But I do apologize for the beginning. We tried to get that to start us off, but I couldn't get the application to throw it up on the screen, so I apologize. But now I know our resident timely expert here, Knights of Old, who is not just ours, but he's yours as well. He's our favorite timely discusser. So let's bring up Knights here, and why don't you tell
let me try to share my screen here.
This is how we get into trouble.
Let me get this going. Sorry.
That's right,
Okay.
Alex. Except I'm quarantined because they bring everybody who's sick here.
This.
We have we're not going to name it. Well, yeah, no names of the thing. I know. Yeah. So,
okay.
thank you, Alex, and thank you guys. By the way, Knights Bowl Cougars here. Alex Kamakorda, Chris Barrett, good having you. Thank you for being a friend. DS is here. Mr. Gretzky, first in line. Captain Comics, how are you? Howdy, everybody. We're expecting him to come on this show very soon with his partner over there. Very good, him and Ray. Very excited about that. Rag718, how are you? Fish Tropic of the Extreme Elements, thanks for having our back. Thank you for being a friend as well. We got here Mr. Gretzky. Oh, good. So, Kachoom, good having you. Hey, everybody, how are you? So, let's go. Midwest is where it's at. We're going to shut up there here. And Knights, you ready to take it over?
Yeah, if you do the screen sharing thing.
There
All
it
right,
is.
so this is a tiny picture, and because I don't know how to make that any bigger, I'm sorry about that, but that's like a really old picture of him over at Timely. He came in kind of as all the original artists went off, got drafted to the war. Even Stan Lee, like Joe Simon, Jack Kirby, who were on Cap, got fired because they were moonlighting, and then Bill Everett, who did Submariner, and Carl Burgos, or however you say that, Burgos. He was the Human Torch guy. They both went into the war, and so Timely was looking for new people. They had some guys like Sid Shores and whatnot, you mentioned earlier, who were filling in. And Al Avinson, I think, and a bunch of other guys. And Schomburg, he didn't go in the war, so he kept doing the covers forever. But this Alan came in during that time. I read a little bit about that. He was like 19. He answered an ad, an Inker's ad, and they were saying it might look like that. Comic magazine, Inkers wanted, brush, no pen. I thought that was interesting. Must be familiar with adventure comic magazines. See Captain America magazine for style before answering. And it's like, bring samples to room 1010, 330 West 42nd Street. I mean, you could just go into the Timely offices. Pretty wild. And so he did that, and he was a young guy, and he worked. He didn't meet Stan until I think probably a year or two when he came back. When Stan was in the war, which I don't think he actually. I can't remember if he actually went overseas or not, but he was in the war. And because some people didn't go over, they could work for the departments at home. Like Joe Simon stayed here, unlike others like Kirby. Was on the front lines and all that stuff. But Bellum worked in Timely, and he was first doing inking backgrounds for Sid Shores on Captain America. I couldn't find any examples of that because there was really no specifics. But then I did find some of his early stuff, and I got that right here in a bigger. So the earliest one I think I found, he didn't do this cover, but it was Cap 19. He did a lot of Human Torch stories, so here's one of them. and I have to say, like, compared to some of the other Timely artists, he's not too bad. So that's an early one. And then for comparison, I brought another later Cap. This was, let's see, 42. Oh boy, that was quite a bit later. I should have wrote the years down, but I didn't. But I think his style got a lot better, cleaner, and he's making more use of the page and whatnot. I like it. It's kind of like stylized. And then this is the one cover that I found that he actually did, which is pretty cool.
And he signed two, and I tried to get him to sign it. I tried to go to Denver last year with one of these and buy one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just because I wanted one more time to go there. I had him do I can't believe it's with my Avengers event. My Invaders pile. He has some of my. There's an Alan Bellum. I got a Bellman. Invaders. He did a little Blonde Phantom for me sketch. Real quick one though.
Cool. Yeah, I have some of that. Here's he did some Angel, which is pretty cool. This is later on, so this was like I think 44 is the second Mystic series. And then he did in this book right here. I got the cover right here.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
He didn't do that cover, but
nope, but he did the important. Yeah, did this.
The interiors are pretty nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of bridged the gap between the really early guys and then the more advanced second wave, like Wally Wood, LB Cole, those guys. I mean, LB Cole's around, but I feel like he really was amazing in this like mid-career. And then he also did some work in this comic right here, in this one, The Destroyer, which is pretty popular lately. In the past 3 or 4 years, the characters got more popular because it came out that it was Stan Lee's first true creation.
Coolest looking Golden Age superhero.
Look at the gas mask they're walking around with. The guy on the white shirt on with the chloride. Yeah.
And then it's pretty funny. The Destroyer he's like in disguise, I guess, up there, but he's breaking into a concentration camp. That is kind of interesting. And he did. The only book that I have is this one that he worked on, and he did a Human Torch story in it, which is pretty nice. And some interesting things about him were that after, I think it was right around probably late 40s or early 50s that he kind of got laid off at Timely. And then he was actually, and during that time, I guess he was having a real bad breakup or divorce with his wife. And she moved to Florida, and he was actually homeless for a while, living in a car in New York. And then he tried getting other random jobs, and I think he worked on a few comics here and there, but not Timely's. And then he met a lady, and sounds like maybe she was rich, because he said then he could afford all these expensive cameras and to go around the world and whatnot. And he became a photographer and worked for a newspaper doing photography. And this is the really funny part. I'm not sure if this is the dentist. I'm done sharing if you want the.
Oh, okay.
But I
movie screen, nice. Love that movie screen.
That he got contacted in the, I think, 70s by a dentist who tracked him down and was like, did you work for Timely Comics? And he's like, yeah. And then he ended up coming back in and going to cons and stuff. So like they tracked him down, and he was like just super kind of happy-go-lucky guy. And like, he didn't do comics really, I don't think, at all anymore after that. But he's real positive. Stanley commented that something I read, that he was like super happy to see him around because he was so like kind of positive about everything. And but yeah, it was pretty funny. He was homeless. Well, it's not funny, I guess, but it was an interesting life. I didn't really know much about him at all because my focus was mostly the really early Timely stuff. But and some of the like guys who came in during the wartime when Bill Everett and some of the more established early guys were in the war kind of get a bad rap for not being the greatest, draftsman. But I think his interiors are pretty good. So
yeah,
that's it for me.
Yeah, I always liked his Blonde Phantom the most of all. And Blonde Phantom is one of those that when I was debating how much of the Golden Age I was going to do, Blonde Phantom was the main character I liked a lot until I got a brunette wife. You know what I mean? So now Phantom Lady or Camilla. We went that route because, she's not going to cosplay as Blonde Phantom. Sun Girl, possible. Namora, maybe. You never know. Anybody else want to share anything on it, Alan? Or I try to
like Timely. The only thing I know about him is sort of the one piece of trivia that's cool to know about him if you're not super into Timely's or into the artists or the history, is just what Knights was talking about. He did one cover only. So that's sort of significant for a Timely artist. Only did one cover, and it's Mystic Volume 2, Number 3, which we saw. I think it's that Angel cover. That's the only piece of trivia I know about him. I'm not a Timely collector, but it's good to be well-rounded with some knowledge. So if people in the chat are not trying to absorb all that, that's the only thing I've absorbed over the years about Alan Bellman. He just has that one cover, Mystic Volume 2, Number 3. So yeah, I mean, your stuff looks really good though.
I always got him to do the all winners. I would have had him sign in all winners, but I would never have anybody sign in all winners. I always just liked him drawing Blonde Phantom. I don't like signed Golden Age books, so I know it's rare, but I do see them, and I'm like, be careful.
Yeah,
it's Todd McFarlane, whatever.
Hi Fleischman was at HeroesCon last year. He did the cover to a very popular PCH book, Dark Mysteries 19. Torture Wheel with the two skeletons. Yeah. He did that cover, and he was at HeroesCon last year doing signatures, and somebody had a Dark Mysteries 19 they had him sign. So probably the only one in existence of those that's
signed,
signed by him.
Nice. Well, once again, everybody, for those of you that know, we were big.
He did this.
He dated blonde and then married a brunette. Alex, Comic Card 11. That is the one poster here. It's called To Cincinnati. I mean, I've heard this. You'll see it again in the homage in the little minute-long thing we do before we get back to our regularly scheduled programming. That print is probably there's probably some signed copies probably still available on his site, and there's always one of those that you always see that picture of him behind him at every con he's ever been at. And we've had some other guys. Actually, I was trying to think. There's a few other Kirby's inker in some of these books that wasn't Simon. When Simon and Kirby kind of had that little split, Kirby's inker, he was at C2E2 last year. He was at Baltimore too. What's his name? he was there. And then the guy, a few other guys who did Dick Tracy, and a couple of Dell guys, a couple of funny guys. And so, there's a few guys that Vince Coletta. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Vince, I think, would have to, I don't know if you could, Golden Age, I think Vince has got to be, he's not old enough to be Golden Age. I mean, he would maybe have done something in the 50s, but if anything, would have been late, because he really is right. I mean, but Gene Colan and Gil Kane, they're all around the same age. Yeah. But
isn't Coletta the guy who destroyed Kirby's art?
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, Bellman was doing shows up until
last year. Yeah.
No.
Denver last year was his last show. I mean, he always did Denver.
Yep, and he loved the fans. And
yeah, loved it. And so
yeah, he did a lot of stuff like this, like commissions and kind of.
Yeah.
I heard he was doing commissions.
He did a great Thor
right up until the end.
Yeah, he did Thor. I mean, a guy I know got a Thor from him, and he says, you got to get him to do a Thor. I'm like, he never drew Thor. He goes, he likes Thor. I'm like, yeah, but that's like getting McFarlane to draw Superman or something, or, well, maybe. I don't know. Well,
and I think he has came out recently. He wrote a book. I'd like to read that at some point. But it was kind of one of those books where, like, I could get it, like, on eBay, and I couldn't find it on Amazon. And then I forgot about it, but I'm sure it's worth reading if he's talking about the old days.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to try this one more time. I think this is it right here, right? Is that it? No, that's not. Hang it. Oh, it is that. Sweet. Okay, sweet. Save that. All right. No, I got it. All right. I think I can share the screen now, so I will attempt this one last time. Application window. Click. And share. Okay, there it is. Please tell me this works. Is it working?
Oh, yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah, sure. That will go now.
Nope.
Yep, nothing.
Good guy. Don Bellman, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. That was fun. Now,
I like to think of him in heaven trying to explain to Jack Kirby and Joe Simon what happened to Cap in Avengers Endgame.
You mean
being like, what?
Well, yeah.
I
I picked up another 390, Mighty Thor 390 or Thor 390. The
hammer.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I just like that book because the storyline. I got mine and I had it slabbed, and yeah, I did sell mine because people were paying. It was $1 book. I mean, it might have been a 50-cent book at the time I bought it, to be honest with you, and people are paying high. So let's go back to our regularly scheduled program here. I want to thank everybody again for joining us. Count Bond Strange, great having you here. Sorry I missed you at C2E2. I definitely apologize right there. I was going to try to hook up with him in the Comic Book Fiend Club. A very big fan of those guys. Cougar Comics, good having you here.
Alex the Comic
Order was here. Yeah, he was here earlier. DS.
He got some timelies.
Yes, Alex definitely has some timelies there. So what did anybody get? Anybody pick up anything?
I picked up one book in the Heritage featured auction. It's not a Golden Age, and I don't have it yet. So yeah, I haven't been. Yeah, I set up a new PayPal, and all the money's being held.
I have the same problem.
Yeah, because they think I'm a new account, which that one is. So I don't have really. I'm kind of on a buying freeze, involuntary buying freeze right now. So whatever. I got a big book coming. bronze book coming from Heritage, but I don't have it yet, so I don't have anything to show.
Oh wow, Chad. Hi, welcome to Golden Guys.
You're muted, Chad.
We can't hear you.
The only
Hey.
reason. All right. The only reason I jumped on is
Is this
because
a special COVID-19 news flash?
I jumped on here because JD's your video didn't show, so I wanted to help you out with that.
Oh, it didn't? Yeah. How do I do that?
I got you, brother. That's why. That's why we're
Well,
all
you
here.
Chad makes some big bucks.
We couldn't see it.
Oh.
That's all right though. Let me fix it. And it'll take a second.
Okay. I did pick up some stuff, and Paul, get your stuff out and tell me who did what.
Do you want me to play this?
Yeah. If you can
All
make
right.
it full. Yeah, just play it. Everybody, this is the tribute we're doing from the beginning of Salute to Alan Bellum.
Oh, cool.
Chad, there's no sound. Oh well.
Hold
I
on.
can send you the file.
Take those images and watch it during the
Yeah,
other part when we
watch
had the music.
video just before this. I mean, I have the video right here. I can't believe I can't share it. I wonder why. Oh, there it is.
I can do it again if you want. Could you hear it at all?
At the end there, we did.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. That's right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. That's all I needed. See you guys.
See you,
Thank
Chad.
you, Chad. You're great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I didn't pick up any books, but I did pick up a bunch of spray cans, so hopefully
Yeah.
we'll be seeing more artwork.
So, we got a first book. Sorry, I got to take you guys. You guys are muted. Sorry.
I got the biggest book I ever bought before. Hands down, biggest.
Oh, is this the what I think? Go ahead. I got my biggest last week. You missed it, but go ahead.
Biggest. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
The EC anthology.
It's big, as in size big.
Yeah, size does not.
Wally Wood Artist Edition.
Walter Wood, nice. Walter.
Yeah,
Wood.
I like those artist editions, but they are so humongous. I don't even have room for one.
There's
I
a
had no
Kirby
idea
Phil one I
that
haven't bought.
EC was this big.
I'm
But
surprised you bought the EC like sci-fi one. But it's
So
really
they
cool.
black and white inside.
yeah, and this is it's all Wally Wood in here, but I saw this elephant, so
Yeah.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, usually when I'm looking for Wally Wood, it's usually his later stuff.
But I'm willing to bet that's one of the finest interior elephants you'll probably ever see.
It looks nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. You have to send me please.
But yeah, these books are awesome. I mean, to see that up close is just amazing.
So that's all Wally Wood art in there?
Yeah, all Wally Wood.
Cool.
Walter.
And I did see that in July, I think, there's going to be a EC just covers, and that's going to be something, because it's going to be like Frazetta, all those guys.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get that one. These are some nice covers, and
I've been looking for that one for a long time, but I want one in good shape with a bright white cover, and it's so hard to find. The one on the left side there of that page. Oh yeah, nice.
And yeah, they print these super high res in color, so it looks like you actually have the real art. Like you see everything. It's really, really great, and it's awesome if you're an artist or whatever, and you want to like just really see how they did it. It's amazing. And I mean, I guess these. I mean, I assume that this is how big these EC pages were, or maybe just Golden general.
Yeah, that's about.
Golden Age pages are usually they don't fit in the normal. There's minimum of 13 by 19. Some will go as high as 14, 18. 13, 13, 19, 14, 20. About the some of the Golden Ages, especially EC, their covers are a little bit bigger. Don't have time to go over there and go grab some Golden Age art, but there's a few Fiction House, Jack Kamen, or one's a Jack Kamen that has it's just bigger. It's just a lot bigger.
Hey, JD, was it when Metarog was on that we were talking about my Platinum Age book?
Yes.
I do have my hands on it again. So for Metarog, this is for you.
Yep. Let's go show this real quick here. This is the Dick Turpin book. From what year?
It's like 19.
It's like 1918 or something.
No, this one's like 1909.
Yeah, it's
I think.
Yeah, it's 09 or something.
They did some like over 100 issues of it. So
yeah. Very cool, Paul.
Show it again. I missed it.
Dick Turpin.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Well, I picked up a few here this week. Well, some of these are mine, some of my buddy Lewis's, and we're just going through them right here. This is something you don't see it a lot, and this is pretty crazy cover, and that's what I'm going to show. It's called Blue Ribbon Comics. There you go, from MLJ.
Yeah, I love that one.
This is 1940. It's got a really rough fine roll. Again, these are not easy to find. I mean, what do you think, Diaz? I think these are, I wouldn't say scarce. Would you say scarce or rare?
I would say that one is scarce. And I researched the Blue Ribbons not too long ago. I've seen one copy of that for sale, and it went a little lower than I thought it would. And I didn't have the money and I didn't get it. But man, that one is super cool. And I consider that scarce. You will never see that for sale. I've seen one.
And this is signed by Marilyn.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's got a Charles Biro story. Erwin Hazen did one of the stories. Mort Meskin.
Erwin probably did the cover, right?
Cover is Ed Small.
Oh,
and he did the first story, that the 11-pager.
Yeah, he was there. It was MLJ. Look at this. I mean, if you wanted what's going on here, we got a conveyor belt being run by a demon demagogue of some sort, being held up by a guy with a gun with what's his name? What's that? Amazing Boy, with Amazing Boy jumping off, and these people are literally on this gurney getting ready to be thrown into the fire right there.
And there's one guy at the end who is going through the fire off the end of the conveyor belt into the flames.
And this is 1940s. This is pre-U.S. entry in the war, but they already started talking extra war. Corporal Collins versus the Nazis right here, 1940.
Yeah, let's work a trade with that, JD. I want to get that.
Okay, I'll talk to him. We got another one here. This is a great one. This kind of goes with the next book. I actually think this is a great book, and it's completely split though. But it's not split. It's just attached. It's. I would say it's no. This one I kind of thought was a good cover. This one's attached. The other one's attached. This is good. Honestly, it's Kirby. It's In Your Dreams, Paul. It's The Strange World of Your Dreams. This has got to be. There's only two, right? Oh, there's two.
I feel like there's more than that.
No, there was something. It would change its name. I know that. Why did I dream that I was being married to a man without a face?
That's volume 1, number 2.
Volume 1, number 2. Okay, and how many are in volume 1?
Let me see.
Okay, because I think is it more than 5? I'm trying to help these guys out here. Golden Age Guru, welcome. Good having you here. No pun intended. But this is a great Jack Kirby book here. I mean, it was a great deal. We don't see it that often. I know he was. You look out for certain kind of books here, and it's pretty.
And of course, since that's prize, I mean, out of the 6 stories in it, I think 4 of them were done by Simon and Kirby.
Yeah, it's Simon Kirby through and through. It's Prize Comics. It's beautiful.
There's one by Mort Meskin, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna do a little elephant. Let's show one elephant for right now. We have a. Everett Raymond Kinsler cover here. This is the only one of that run, but it's pretty good stuff inside. Paul, it's actually I mean, I like this elephant pretty good too, and it's the elephant's carrying. It's like it's eating the other guy. It's not like he's carrying him away like in the good ones. This elephant is he'll swallow you whole. You know, we're gonna need a bigger boat. You know, this is Jaws elephant style, right there. So good stuff. Bring on the elephants. Here we go. Next one, we're gonna do a little Baker. This is kind of.
I remember when you picked that up.
This little ghost stories here. Actually, I didn't pick it up with you, Paul. I picked it up this time.
Yeah, I know. I saw when you were posting the pictures of it.
Yeah, we were debating on these. It was this. Bill had these, and Bill's one of the Midwest guys. Bill, he's always keeps aside Baker. Any good Golden Ages fiction house keeps him as soon as he sees us walk into with these cons. He pulls us over and says, "Hey, you two, over here." Actually, I'll tell you a little bit about the con. Walked in and somebody screamed out "Golden Guys," and they were people I've never met before. They were from Iowa and Minnesota that came down, and they were going up to Minnesota tomorrow. These weren't dealers; they were just guys that said, "Hey," and they really liked the show with Fawcett. They really liked DS's style of collecting was one of the topics that they wanted to talk about. It was pretty good con as far as exposure for the Golden Guys. But this is a nice Matt Baker cover here. Again, I assume it's probably St. John's. Yeah, it is St. John's. This is not much you can do with this. You know, it's. I know. I looked at it again. I'll give it about a 2.5 probably. On a date. It's not completely split by any means. It's just a bad spine roll. I don't like touching these with a presser, so if somebody wants to take that risk, that's up to them. I'll show another Baker elephant. I'll show another Baker, and let's add some elephants to it, huh? Here's Wild Boy of the Congo, number 14. A book that I've never seen come up for sale before. 3 of them came up for sale in a week. And I went with one in the middle.
Feast or famine.
What happened was that the 5.5 actually didn't have the brightest colors on it as much as this did. And this really, the camera probably not doing it justice, but it's really beautiful.
That's the one that we were talking about where I said the 3 looks a lot brighter.
Right. Most of the 3's problem is on the back. Some writing on the back, but it's not a bad book at all. It presents great for a 3. I mean, let's just call it what it is. There's not much on it other than the spine is a little there. I don't see any splits. Nothing indication here. There is a line that goes across here, but it doesn't really break anything. It's just like, and nobody wanted to press this, so it's just there. But I'm not going to touch this.
Is it like a printing crease, or is it printing?
It looks like somebody put a lean something on top of it or something.
Okay.
You know. There's nothing that really breaks. There's a few of these I've seen with some holes in them. And that's the most common thing I see. If you ever get St. John's books, kind of like what this was, St. John's books, their spines are weak and they roll real easily. From every St. John's book I have.
Who's the? Is that a Kinsler or a Whitman? Who's the cover on that?
Matt Baker.
Oh, that's a Matt Baker?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. It looks like one of those painted covers by Whitman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mo Whitman. Yeah, exactly. Maurice, for those who weren't familiar with him. Yeah, this is postcode. So
I was just going to say, I didn't know they had many postcode ones.
Oh, they do. Number, I think it's 14 as well. Or Buddha 21. VOODA, not Voodoo, Buddha. She's wearing a dress, so I'll get it anyway. It's an elephant cover, but yeah. So, and it's Golden Age. And again, I'm not going to get into this. Does not mean the end of the Golden Age. To me, it's what changes the whole comic. It changes the whole industry. And now I got one here that I've never shown to anybody. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah,
you don't see this one off from here.
No.
This is a no number Silver Streak comic from 46, and it's a Dick Breaker cover, bondage cover, and there you go. It is a 1/5, and it is completely split, but it looks okay, and it's completely brown. But this doesn't come around that often. Knights, what would DS?
I don't see that. I don't see it often. No.
I see it sometimes, but I don't. That's definitely doesn't come around that often. And all of the Silver Streaks are very sought after. And even in a grade like that, it's still a pricey book, and it would generate a lot of interest. 1/5, 1/8, anything in that range for any Silver Streak, really.
And it's got a torture meter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go over the torture meter. It's one of my favorite torture meter ones. Is some of the description, and that's what makes these books. If you want to know what's funny about these books, is all right. You
got to read them. I can't read them.
All right. And they are mild pain, shooting pain, severe headaches, unbearable agony, mother-in-law, and death.
It's right out of The Princess Bride.
Yep.
Like I said, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I said I know whoever wrote The Princess Bride saw some of these covers because.
Yeah. And if you look at look at the skulls on the back and the skeletons on the back.
Oh, yeah.
This almost cartoonish, like the Woody Woodpecker bad guy look going on. The Woody Woodpecker, one of the bad guys from Walter Lantz would have drawn that or something. Walter Lantz is drawing there, but it's a pretty rare book, and I think some of the rare books that we had that we've been able to go to.
No, we lost him.
He's gone.
I'm right here.
He just removed himself from the stream.
It smells over there. It's much better on this area.
I don't think these young people understand who Woody the Woodpecker is, though.
Oh, he was a troublemaker.
My grandmother would turn the TV off immediately because she hated his laugh. Yeah.
So, Knights, did we get? I didn't talk to you much today because him and I we've been stuck at home. Probably, I've been at home since the con.
Yeah, I've been working from home. It's kind of cool, but kind of not cool because the kids get a little crazy and.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. My son had to stay with me today, and
I'm just glad I have both noise reduction headphones. Without that, forget it. Nothing, no work would get done. I do want to. You got to show the screen one more time on me because I got to show the comparison of the regular pages to the Golden Age pages.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Look at that.
There you go.
Massive difference there. I wonder if like Heavy Metal or Savage Sword of Conan originals are as big as the Golden Age. I would assume they're
They are. They are. The Warren Publishing ones. Warren Publishings are a little smaller than the Curtis Marvel ones. Marvel cards are a little bit bigger, but the artwork fits the same size. I should say this. The artwork fits in the same size. The paper that the company used was a little bit different. Warren, I've heard forever, was cheap. And
this thing.
Jim Warren. So.
You don't want to fall asleep with this thing on you.
I did see the Kirby Thor collection book. And it's something I'm going to put on my. Again, you can get it on Amazon. So, and I think it just came out last year. The way they did it, where they start at Journey 83 and go all the way to No More, every Kirby Thor from Journey 83 on up. It's pretty cool that he did. He didn't do all of them, obviously.
There's a Thor Jack Kirby one, but I don't know how many they have, how many pages they have of it.
But. Yeah, that is it. The one with Thor just with the Mjolnir just hanging out like this in the front. It looks like a big Kirby. It literally is the cover of Journey Mystery 125, which I probably have right here.
There's only one, I think, but
and it just came. I loved it, and I saw it the other day.
You can get those books cheap. You just gotta watch out for them on eBay because people get sick of holding on to them and they don't like shipping them. And You know, like
I
got this. I got a Kirby one recently, actually. This one right here. This one, this New Gods.
Oh yeah,
great. But $60.
that's a good price because they come out at 120
Yeah.
or 100.
Like half the price of new. So yeah, I mean, people hate shipping these. I mean, I'm one of them that hate shipping anything oversized. It sucks.
Well, your mailman.
There's an artist edition, one of those for Bernie Wrightson. I know it's been out, but I do want to get that. But honestly, I barely have room for magazine size slabs in here, honestly. So
yeah, I have
of those, and I'm like, I need a separate box. I need to find a place against the wall to put it. I don't have a lot of room in here, so
I have 1970 to 1975 best comic covers by one of those. It's a Marvel book. It was I think it was done by IDW, which and I got the IDW Simonson Thor. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that's pretty
great.
Much, yeah, that's ridiculously good. The covers one, especially when you get into the Dave Cochran stuff and everything else is just the intricacies of the almost the mathematical way he approached layering out each character was like you actually see the lines where he's like -2 move. He puts Colossus over here, and then he moves Wolverine and Storm and everything else.
Really appreciate the inking and the lettering with these.
Yeah. So back to Golden Age books and talking about that. Did you run a? Do we have this week's spinner rack?
I don't have that. I've been so busy at work, but I'm back now. I told them I'm not crunching for a while. So we'll see.
You're crunched out.
Yeah, I was doing 9 to 11 o'clock for 2 weeks straight, and that gets a little old. So
been there, done
that. There's a couple of topics we had lying in the background, and one of the ones that we talked about that we didn't get your opinion on, Knights. I don't think we did. We talked about the main title versus, I think I had a banner of it.
The Mount Rushmore?
No, we're not going to get you started. We talked about the main title versus the alternate title. In other words, versus your Sensation Comics. Your Superman and your action, your Batman and your detective, Superboy, your adventure, your Superman, your adventure, Superboy, your adventure, Star Spangled, and your Robin. I don't know if that anybody counts those. I do. I think that is totally, there's a difference between Star Spangled Comics and the artwork in Star Spangled is so freaking good as opposed to the Batman Robin. The Batman run, you have the same time. You've got, it's same artist, but it's just different. Star Spangled had other stories in it as well.
I think it all depends. If you're looking for interior, then you just got to go book by book because it's all over the place. And then, a lot in Golden Age, it's classic covers. So whatever has the best cover, especially if it's slabs and who cares what's inside.
But one thing I wanted to ask you before I start talking to the chat again was,
I do have to say, because I've been Wonder Woman fan for a long time.
Right.
Now. I've been following Sensation and Wonder Woman 1s, and I'm always like, why? Why is Wonder Woman 1 almost as much as Sensation 1? And I do think that a lot of people really value, maybe unconsciously, seeing the name of the character on the book. It seems to make a huge difference.
I think it does with Wolverine. It doesn't really matter. But I went through the same discussion. I think Sensation 1 and Wonder Woman 1 are both phenomenal books. But I think Sensation 1 is it's right up there. But I personally think that of all the Sensation comics and everything else goes on, once you get past Sensation 1, the main title of Wonder Woman carries it the rest of the way through. Maybe up to Sensation 6 or 7. But you get really into the good Wonder Woman stuff later on. And I've been getting into that because my wife's unfortunately getting into Wonder Woman. So that means, okay.
Is Wonder Woman 1 outsells Sensation 1, though, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
according to Overstreet, it's like neck and neck, up and down, up and down. But the rarity of Sensation 1 is greater. Go ahead, Paul.
That's kind of a weird situation though, because you've got like Action 1 is Superman's first appearance, and then you got Superman #1. Detective 27 is Batman's first appearance, and then you got Batman #1. With Wonder Woman, her first appearance is All-Star 8. It's not Sensation 1.
But then Sensation's her first cover, right?
Sensation's first cover.
Yeah, so it's weird. There's like 3 keys for Wonder Woman. There's the All-Star 8, then there's Wonder Woman 1, but in between the two, there's that first cover appearance. I think that first cover appearance would be more important than the Wonder Woman 1 to me. If I were collecting Wonder Woman stuff, I would elevate that, because that's like her second appearance, sort of, in the title.
Plus, that Sensation 1 cover is cracking.
I just went for
these. We have one page. Right. So, do you have number 9, Wonder Woman 9, by the way?
No.
I need that one. You better not get it before me.
I
promised to be with my wife when I got it. So if she goes to MegaCon, I'll be getting. Oh, and I don't know if I'm going to Planet now.
Which cover do you guys like more?
I kind of like Sensation just for the historic quality of it, but it's tough.
I like Wonder Woman 1 better, but they're close. Honestly, I think they're close. I could probably go with either one, but I would choose Sensation over it because it's the first cover appearance. And they're close enough. It's not like one blows the other one out of the water, and I would go for it. They're close enough. I would go with the first one.
We got a vote from Brad that said Wonder Woman Classic War cover with statement right there. We've got a nice little Brad. What faucet should I look at? Wow. Wiz 1 or Wiz 2. Sorry. Faucet. We had a whole show on faucet a little bit back, and it was good. It was a good show, and I was really happy with the way that went out there. Woman 1. Yep, we got that. So let's go out here. Alex still in the chat here. Brad.
Sensation 1 sucks to try to get. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get Wonder Woman 9 and 19. Those are those 2 stars. And I've got a list of DCs I've got to still get. I mean, some of them I just turned down because I figure I can get. If I missed out on one, for example, for a good price, that I was just lazy and says, oh, maybe I'll just wait one more day. And I should have.
It's a weird kind of invisible following to Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who they are, or, I mean, it reaches out into a little bit of another demographic. I don't think they're like the regular demographic, like always keeping searching on eBay for all the books and whatever, but I do think there's people who like want one and will drop the money quick. And even on some of the early Sensation comics, they rarely go cheap. So, but then you'll go on forums and whatnot, and you'll be like, look at Wonder Woman like threads and whatever, and there's like nothing. Like it's no one's there. It's like, yet the books sell. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing, but
yeah, it seems like most of the Wonder Woman keys and stuff are sought after by the collectors who like the big baller golden age superhero keys. The people that buy a Superman 1 or buying like a more fun 52. You know what I mean? Those ones, and they're tough to find. They're expensive, and I feel like those are the people that are mainly going after the Wonder Woman stuff. But I don't see a lot of Wonder Woman fans per se, aside from like golden age superhero key collectors. But that might be me.
Seen,
Rick is a big Rick is a big
for TV like Marvel movies or something. I don't know. She was like a woman who was like making it in Hollywood or whatever as a writer, production or something. Not an actress, but she's into collecting that stuff. Like, I forget where I saw it, but like every now and then you'll see like, women. She's not the first woman superhero, but she's kind of the first like big one. So it kind of reaches out, I think, a little bit beyond. It's just one of those characters that reaches out a little bit beyond the regular comic crowd, I feel.
I think Sheena predates Wonder Woman by about 2 months. Yeah, at least 2 months. What year was Wonder Woman? 39?
40, I think. 40.
Yeah.
No, 41.
Yeah. Sheena's I think is the first. I think she's the first female
Phantoma, I think.
Oh,
Technically.
yeah, that's even before that, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Sheena the Jungle Girl would be in Jumbo number 1 and 2.
You know what's crazy? I saw recently on eBay. This is not Wonder Woman related, but somebody listed a Fantastic Comics 1 that is on eBay, a raw copy, and it's not bad looking. It's decent. And then somebody today just listed a Fantastic Comics 2, and it's like a 7.5 or something crazy.
Wow, what are they at?
On eBay, you don't see Fantastic Comics like early Lou Fine stuff on eBay, and there's 2 of those on there. I just thought that was interesting. Golden Age nugget right there.
One book, one thing we're looking for. I'm going to be able to show you guys some all new comics. The title all new, including that one that has the yep, barely.
you still have that, DS?
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Nice. He has an all new.
Oh yeah.
Is it the one with the rack?
It's the one.
It's the poor man suspense 3.
Yeah, there.
Oh, the Poor Man Spencer. I was talking about the other one.
I got this one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the poor man suspense 3.
Love it.
Wait, is that? Let me see. Hold that up again. Is that the one with the? No, that's not the one with the death germs, right?
No,
That's the one I have. What number is that one?
this is 8.
No, I'm looking for my phone, but I'm.
Yeah, I think a lot of the all news are really good Schomburg stuff, and they're getting pricey. I mean, this is obviously the most sought after one, I think, but they're pretty sought after books, and they get pretty pricey lately. You know, the last couple of years especially. So I'm happy I snagged this one. This one popped up on eBay, and I just pulled the trigger quick. Got lucky.
Yeah,
Hey, when's the next big auction, like Heritage or whatever, something like that?
Comic Link.
Comic Link starts the 13th.
Yeah,
You know
Comic
if the market economy is going to affect it or not.
Well, I don't know. On this Heritage featured auction, the market was down. I feel like books were going really high. I went like 0 for 7. I bought one book that I missed on Comic Link and Heritage, like 7 other books that just went sky high. And so I don't know. I think maybe the market's down on some of the superhero stuff that's easier to find, but the Golden Age stuff. I mean, that Famous Funnies 213. I don't know if you guys.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was a 7.5, which is not near the highest rated. I was prepared to spend a fair amount on it, and it's 7.5. It sold for over 9,000, so I wasn't even close on that.
Thanks, Tech 31, October 41. Thank you. Red Tornado predates Wonder Woman. Good call, Brad. Right. Wonder Woman great yellow cover also contains a pachyderm and first appearance of Giganta. Is that right? Yeah, first Giganta. Paul, when you're back, let me know. One of the when you're back, let me know. Okay. So before we have the next topic I want to talk about is we have some housekeeping. We're going to be going 5G next week, and we'll give you hints about what that means coming up. Next week we begin a new venture here and some stuff on the Comic Core and with Golden Guys, so it should be fun. I did have some fun with some people this week, and I do apologize that we're talking about. I said I can't believe I got Batman 93. I've been talking about the Golden Age, not your Punchline whatever book that you guys are talking about. So stop IMing me. I don't have it. I have the one with the elephant cover. What I put out there was I said I got probably the nicest copy I've ever seen of. And how many have you seen of it? Was the question. I said about, I don't know, 8, 9. I was talking about the Batman 93. Not the. Oh, nice. Did you see that last? Did you get a chance to see that? Oh, here.
The Batman.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
I picked up. I was showing this one to someone this week too. I love this one. I love this one. It's one of my favorite of that era, and it's one of Paul's favorite guys. Whenever he's back there, it's Keith. It's there he is. Paul,
like the economy isn't affecting you too bad.
There you go. Look at this.
You've been on buying craze.
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really. These are I've been getting rid of a lot too.
Mm.
We're moving things around a little bit. Sorry, I don't want to see that. we're moving things around a little bit. I've got my own. I have my everybody. I'm not a specker, but there's a certain era I'm looking for right now. Raws and 9.4 or higher, and I'm not going to share with everybody, but I'll talk to DS afterwards about it.
Cool.
Yeah, this is good.
Your person there.
Oh, that's Caveman Batman.
Caveman Batman.
Yeah, first and only appearance right there of Caveman Batman. Wears a cat head. Very Peter friendly, by the way. Once again, thank you.
That's why I can never
Where's
collect
the
all
Funko
of the
Pop of
Batman.
that?
Yeah, we want the Funko Pop of introducing the Caveman Batman.
It's like the inspiration for the Japanese wrestler Tiger Mask guy.
It literally is the Batcave in the prehistoric time. It's the same thing. It's the Batcave. It's Wayne Manor. He goes back in time and time warp and collects the infinite. No, he doesn't do that. I'm kidding. And
Actually, Ben's saying that the economy is affecting the big Golden Age keys.
well, I will say this: the Captain America that sold on the Comic Link auction first, the 5.5 that hit, I think, what was that 112? No, one just about.
There was the 5.0 that sold for 100 flat.
100 flat, but was it 90 with a 10 or was it 100? Was it 100 with a 10,000? I know if you had the 10,
Comic
I think
Link
it was 100.
has 3%, so it was 100. They don't show the buyer's premium, so it was 100.
it was 100K there, which
103,000.
I thought I think somebody just said, guys, if I win it for 100, I win it for 100. That's not bad for that book. However, there are a lot of them, and a lot of them are being sold right now to where on the auctions alone since January, I counted somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 Captain America 1s on 2 auction sites alone. And I mean 2s, and there was some that were like the same grade within like a week. I mean, I know we experienced that with the Mask 1 and 2 situation we had with the 2, but why am I the only one on here? Nobody wants to just see
if you saved your money, now would be a great time to buy some books.
Yeah, that's one of the things we'll tell you. This same thing with stocks, though. By the way, if you're in the industry, we just call this, hey, kids, looks like the New York Stock Exchange is having a big sale this week.
That's right.
So, anyway.
Although it's back quite a bit today.
Ben was around he was collecting Golden Age since probably the 90s, I guess. I can't remember. But, he's seen some books drop in price and then go back up again and, through those recessions and whatnot. So it's interesting to see I wonder if this will follow the same trajectory. I mean, and a lot of people said that comics were kind of foolproof to some extent, but
I don't think keys are. I think keys, like the big, whatever, your Mount Rushmore's +5 or whatever, your big keys, I think they are very indicative of how healthy an economy we have. I'm not saying don't judge your things and don't go out there and use this as analysis. I got to do my 401k. We got to get out of this stuff right now, man. Someone sold a Cap 1 for under 50,000. We're done here. That's not how this works. But we're saying that the price of Cap, I will say this: a Cap 1 last year would have sold that 5.5. I'm safe to say last year probably would have hit 125.
But also last year, some states like mine, you wouldn't have had to pay 10% sales tax.
That's the other thing. The sales tax is
a lot when you're buying a 100K book.
Yeah, that's where I decided that most of my buying is con buying now. Very little online, although I do a lot on the CGC boards because I don't pay tax on that either. The CGC boards have been they're hot again.
Private singles.
Yeah, if you look on that DS, you might want to be interested to look at that. There's a ton of stuff on there that was right in your wheelhouse for a while. Some early the robot covers alone that people I don't mean Brick Bradford's stuff I've never seen, like rare ones, early stuff from that don't even. Is it a robot because it's got like a human hand and a human thing, but it's like a robot to the side.
There's an early Blue Bolt where the guy's busting into the back of the robot, and there's a Zip Comics that's pretty tough, and that's Steel Sterling fighting a robot that looks like a construction machinery or something. There's a lot of cool robot covers.
Very cool.
I think the next one, I just want to finish off my Schomburg robot covers first.
Good call.
I think the only one I need is Human Torch 23.
Oh, you got that need or Black Terror?
It's not a black. It's the exciting, yeah.
Oh yeah, exciting. It's not black. Oh, it's
Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's Exciting Comics number 20 or something. But yeah, I've got that one.
yeah. That was the robot one. Yeah.
Are there 3 or 4? How many Schomburg
There's
robots?
5. There's Startling 49. There's Mystery Comics 3. Brick Bradford 6. Human Torch 23, and that Exciting, which I can't remember the number of it. I think there's a total of 5 Schomburg robot covers. There might be another one, but I Torch 23 is the next one on my list, and that's not super hard to find. So yeah, and there's a bunch of other Golden Age robot covers I like. There's a Zip Comics, I can't remember the number, but that's a cool one.
I think I just saw that Zip one. I was going to ask you, but condition being in there, but there are some that I think are rarer than others, and you might be able to do that. But if you check out the CGC boards recently, it's been heating up a little bit as far as a lot more Golden Age, and some good Golden Age stuff has been swapping back and forth.
Yeah, maybe I'll go on
I
there.
ended up finding this on the CGC boards, and it's just really nice. And I do have an elephant book on hold there, waiting to see if I'm about to pick it up. Just make sure I didn't get one this weekend, because I said if I get one this weekend, I'm not gonna. Because I'm buying it sight. It's a really hard one to get, and it's got a mark on it, but I'm not caring because you never see it. It's very early jumbo. I mean, it's it's a 30s jumbo. So, but that's that Batman. But this is one of these.
Your rich guys you've been helping find comics. Has the economy affected those guys?
Yeah, especially the dealers. Well, I'll give you an example. We originally were $30,000 away on the price on one of the items, and now we were 60,000 away. Between what 50,000 away between what to pay for a book, and we're not talking about a book that's 6 figures. That's how crazy it is. And I agree with the buyer, and I agree with the seller. I don't agree with the seller. I think he's out of control. The other book we were working on recently that it's still available for sale, and DS, you've been a great help on that one. I almost pulled the trigger on that, and which one was that? That was the Terrific 5, I think it was.
Yeah, Terrific 5.
Terrific 5 over the woman on the rack. One thing I want
to top Schomburg non-timelies also.
Yeah, tough to find, and that's one where we're not too far away in price. It's just we're just literally good price on the seller, good.
I have it, yeah.
Seller for the buyer,
Yeah, I got 2.5. I got 2.5 with a really bad spine roll. It's off white. I've considered getting it cracked and getting the spine fixed, but sometimes the paper's off white, but the cover is a little crispier. You know what I mean? And it's not super crispy, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's a 2.5 off white. It doesn't look perfect, but I mean, it's a 2.5 and it's a Terrific 5. I'm not messing with it. So maybe I'll upgrade at some point, but it's that's one of those books where liquidity is not a problem. It will sell quick because it's super high demand for that book, and that's a nice grade that would be accessible to a lot of people that want one. So I could move that almost instantly, I'm pretty sure. So
they are
the best, the top 5 non-timely Schomburg covers.
Well, I mean, Suspense 3, I'm not going to get anytime soon. I mean, I don't know. Starting 49's got to be up there, right? That's probably on that list. Yeah, I don't know. Terrific 5 is probably the next one on the list.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of the most. It's because everybody knows it's one of those books that when I asked around, hey, what do you think for this one? I'm asking within $100 of where I was. I'm like, I think it's worth I said I think it was worth 3,800, and you said between 36, and we don't even discuss this. And DS comes back and says 36 to 4,000. So I'm right in the middle at 38. I said I'd pay 3,800 would be a fair price for both buyer and seller. And that's exactly how far apart they are, the same amount, and they should be. And I think because the guy will eventually sell that for $4,000, and I think he will eventually get one for his price of 3,600. And the good thing about Terrific is, I think they're 24, 25 on the census. They're a lot more ungraded.
I think there's actually for the Terrifics, I think there's 40 or 50 on the census.
40 or 50 now?
So that's one of those black hole books, people hold on to it and it goes into a collection and they just keep it, especially copies over 4.0.
Yeah.
It's not like you see those. The only ones you ever see are like the 2.0s, the 1.8.
5.
There was a 5.0 floating around not long ago, but that's few and far between. I bet you there's probably 40 or 50 on the census.
Your buyer found the wrong seller. The best thing a buyer can find is a seller who's already got the money spent in his head.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what his budget is, but you can make an offer on mine. But that one I think was a light tan. I've got off white and it's a 2.5, so I'd want a little bit more. But
oh yeah, well, yeah,
that one looks good.
Yeah, we'll probably end up talking. Yeah, this is a very nice presenting, by the way. 2.0 for this book, and you won't see this book higher than a 5. I mean, that book. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I think the highest graded is an 8.5.
Oh, it's 8.5. Okay, that's the church, right?
But probably there's 33 on the census, so it's actually fewer than I thought. But 8.5 is the highest, and it looks like most of them are 3.5 and below.
Yeah. The ones that are above that are in collections where they're not going to move.
Right.
I mean, there's 5 of them that are 5.0, and I saw a 5.0 recently, but above that, it's rare. I think Gator had one that was like he had a pretty nice copy.
He did have a 6.5.
8, I think he had. I saw last year at the con.
Oh, at C2E2 or Baltimore?
I think at Heroes last year, or it might have been Baltimore. I think he had like a 7 of that or something. A pretty high grade.
Like a golden age guru here, Jeff himself right out there and said, "I just bought a Terrific 5, CGC 5.0 Kooky." Yeah, definitely costs a pretty penny. Yeah, it's an important. If you're a Schomer guy, it's that book. It's like me with the elephant cover, me trying to find Adventure 34. Good luck.
And he's not the only one that can say, "Wish I had jumped on A so many years ago." Because
oh yeah,
I had options to buy so many things.
I think one of the things that this show talked about was the war covers, and we mentioned that they're heating up and stuff like that. Now, I've noticed that there's a lot more interest in the war covers themselves, and specifically the battle action is a big title right now. I hear a lot of people talk about big battle action, and I'm not a big. I don't have any battle action.
I still have not found my Foxhole.
That's the Foxhole one
at all yet in like 4 months, 5 months.
Yep. Yeah, Rick.
I saw somebody with 2 foxholes on an Instagram video today.
Oh,
and somebody else has one at CGC right now that they're probably going to sell. If you're interested,
what number?
It's lower grade. The foxhole.
Yeah.
I think foxhole 1 is the what's that bandage called, Paul? On the face.
Shit.
Specific name for it.
Yeah, I know.
It's that one though, where he's got the face bandaged up in that specific way, and he's writing the letter.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Yeah.
I need number 7.
Nice. So, is anybody here going to Orlando?
If you see that, let me know.
Oh yeah, nice. Is that a gas mask he has on?
No gas mask. Just it's a really cool like tone cover.
The gray tone.
It figures as soon as I get interested in this, I've like seriously, I have not seen a single one in like at least 3 months, and I have like eBay I don't know. I might have missed some.
I'm actively in the search for Atom Age war books right now, and I've been picking a few up. So if I come across it, I will definitely jump on it, and then I'll mark it up 50%, and you can definitely have it.
I'll tell you what. Some of those war covers have covers that rival your PCH for gruesomeness.
I'm gonna have to head out. Do you want me to shut it down? You guys want to continue?
I gotta get going.
I gotta get going too.
Oh wait, I want to see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one, it probably doesn't sell for much, but I couldn't pass it up. This one is just so cool looking.
Yeah, Fight Marine. Yeah,
Looks nice too.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly,
It's nice. I mean, it's a pretty nice copy, and I love the detail on the guns.
Yeah.
I got.
I mean, I know I did some of the in my artist spotlight. I did some of the Kubert and Heath war covers, and they were just gruesome.
Yeah, yeah. And this one I think is I think it's a Gene Colan cover. And then I've got another one in the press right now that is it's Battle 34. I think it's got the guy holding the gun, looking directly down the scope, and that's your angle. And it's got the guy right behind him with the binoculars.
Yep.
And it's like cross hatching. I think maybe it's a Harry Anderson cover. Somebody suggested that might be who did it. But yeah, I've been actively looking for these. I think it's a genre that's heating up. And so when I find ones in decent condition, I've been picking them up. I actually picked up a nice flamethrower cover that I just posted on my Instagram yesterday, which I already sold. Somebody wanted it, and worked out a deal. So yeah, it's definitely a genre that's heating up.
Number 2, sorry, not number
2. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. So
I think we did lose JD, and I
All
know
right.
Knights and DS have to head out. So
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for showing
Keep
up.
safe. Wash your hands.
Yep, wash your hands. Keep away from the corona, and thank you for being our friend.
catch y'all later.
Everybody.